The best shade match in the history of the universe. In the universe. It's so freaking good. Hi you guys, welcome back to the Clean Beauty Code. I'm so excited for this video because we're doing something fun. We are doing another Clean Beauty Code top 5, and today we are talking foundation. So we are doing my top 5 Clean Beauty foundations, and I'm jazzed. I really want to get through these like Clean Beauty Code top 5 videos, ideally by category by the end of the year, but I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do that because I still have fun holiday content to film for you guys, and we're doing other, series. We have the full face of a store and all of that, but I'm gonna do my best. But I'm really excited to get into this because this was highly requested to get this one in, so we're doing it. We are getting it done. So I'm really excited to get into this and let you know what my top 5 are and why I love them and swatch and play and do all that stuff for you guys. So I just kind of want to jump in and get started. Also, excuse my hair. We're real greasy. I put so much dry shampoo on my hair today. And for anyone who asks, I'm using the Billy dry shampoo, the one that's brunette right now. I really like that one. It just absorbs and sinks into the skin really well. But I apply it like you dump it out, kind of. So I got it all over my shirt. So if you see brown flecks, mind your business. It is my dry shampoo. But I just want to jump into the video and get started. So if you're excited for this video and more videos like this, then please like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into this Clean Beauty Code top 5 Clean Beauty foundations. All right, you guys, let's get into it. Top 5 foundations. So I have a number 6 and a number 5 that are actually tied together. So I'm going to mention them together as kind of number 5 together because they're definitely very different. So I want to make sure I mention both. So one is the Lys Beauty, what is this called? Triple Fix Foundation. And it's a serum foundation in the shade TN6. I'm going to do a little bit of a just swatch for you guys here. And this is a beautiful foundation. It is more medium coverage. It sinks into the skin. It's really, really beautiful. And the shade range at Lys Beauty is just like unmatched. This is definitely dark for me. This is like my summer, I was just fresh in the sun type of skin. Like this is not, right now I'm winter skin Manon, and this is summer skin Manon. It's just so beautiful, and this definitely does set up. So you let it sit and it does set up a little bit, and you get like a really good long lasting foundation with this, which is amazing. This is a great serum foundation. I prefer serum foundation in general. I have more, so in my T-zone, I'm definitely very, very oily, but I'm very much like, depending on the time of year, my skin type kind of changes a lot. I'm not super oily on my cheeks though, so I wouldn't call myself oily on my cheeks, but I do kind of have more combination skin. And throughout the year, in summer, cheeks can get crazy dewy, but I do prefer something that is more of a dewy finish or a natural or dewy finish. I don't love something that's super matte because I love the youthfulness that dewy to natural complexion products will give you, if that makes sense. But this is a beautiful foundation. Again, medium coverage, incredible shade range, melts into the skin, looks really seamless. The texture isn't super loose, which I don't know if I love that description, but it isn't super, it feels like a true traditional foundation, but it feels still like very lightweight. It is a beautiful foundation. I mean, you can even just see how it's kind of setting up as we like talk. It's getting a lot less dewy, and it'll continue to set up if you just let it sit. It looks beautiful, works well with a lot of different products on top. This is a beautiful foundation. I'm obsessed with it. Okay, next. This is tied with that one, the Westman Atelier, what is this called? Vital Skin Foundation Stick. And this is in the shade IX. I have another one that's the shade X. I don't know where it is. That's my perfect shade. IX is a little bit light for me, but I can make it work. So this is that. And this is a beautiful natural finish foundation with about medium coverage, but I would say, I mean, you can build it up to be more. You can really build most things up to be more, but I don't love the way that it builds once I get past a certain point. So it's kind of more light to medium coverage for me in the way that I apply it, but it is beautiful. And it is a natural finish, which is, I love a natural finish, and it just sinks into the skin. It is seamless. It is lightweight. You really don't notice that you're wearing it, and you can wear this underneath your eyes as well as like a concealer if you want. I don't prefer this as a concealer. I feel like as a concealer, especially when my eyes are really creasy, days I haven't had any water, like today, no water. All caffeine, no water. it's a problem. But on days where I am more creasy under my eyes, I do feel like it settles into fine lines more than the Merit Beauty Foundation Concealer Stick, which is, I exclusively use that as like a concealer, and I'm obsessed with that. That was in my concealer video. That one I prefer under the eyes as opposed to this, but you can use this under your eyes, and it still can look nice. I just have to make sure I kind of like let it sit before I blend it out and really make sure it kind of sets up a little bit and bakes. Or someone said it was something else the other day where you just like let your concealer sit for a while, then you blend it out. I'm just gonna call it baking, even though that's not right. But I let it bake for a second and then I blend it out, and then it kind of doesn't crease as much. But I do really like this. It's beautiful. Just look at that. It's just such a beautiful natural finish, and it looks beautiful on the skin, and they have a really nice shade range. I do believe Lys Beauty is a little bit more expansive, but both beautiful shade ranges. Okay, so the next, I don't know if this is going to surprise anyone, but the Cosas Revealer Foundation. I wear the shade 290 in this, and this is a beautiful foundation. Now, Cosas in general skews a little bit yellow, so I know a lot of people have a hard time finding a shade match in Cosas. I am one of those people because I tend to be a little bit more neutral, so anything too warm can look a little bit cray-cray on me. But this is really, really nice. This is a very dewy foundation. It is more medium coverage, dewy foundation, melts into the skin, but she stays dewy like all day. Now, if you have oily skin, it might be one that you want to definitely powder with, like definitely powder, or just avoid in general. On my other foundations that I'm going to mention that don't do up as much, but this is a beautiful foundation. My complexion looks so good when I wear this. I've tried this one on in my review of this, so if you want to see kind of how it wears, especially in studio lights and all of that, which is like real hot, I'm always sweating in this room, you can kind of see how it wears. But this is like, it's such a beautiful foundation. It melts into the skin. I know this is probably going to be a lot of people's favorite foundation of the year, or in their, you know, top foundation from this year. It's really, really good. Again, dewy finish, real dewy. She's and neat. She is a dewy queen. She is just the dewiest, but I love that. My skin looks so healthy, and it literally just looks like, you know, it just looks like your skin just drank a cup of water and it just like, and it just plumps up. This kind of gives me that. Beautiful. Okay, next is a newer one, but I think it's going to be in a lot of people's top foundations of the year, and it is the Haus Labs foundation. Now, this took me a second to figure out how to like make it work for me. I don't love it with a sponge, like I said in my review. I wear the shade, what is this? 330 medium cool. And this is a nice shade match for me. It's a little bit dark for me right now, slightly, but it is a really nice shade match, and this is a really beautiful foundation. It has, again, that same serum-y feeling. I do think finding a shade can be a little bit tricky, and as I've like seen, some people say it was tough to find a shade match, but if you do pick a wrong shade, you can return it through Haus Labs and they will give you a better shade match, which is, I love that. They'll let you get like return and exchange for a better shade match. But this is great. Again, gives you that really serum-y, like beautiful skin complexion. This definitely gets dewy. This definitely gets dewy. And it's not quite as dewy though as the Cosas foundation. It dews up. It applies and it does have some dew to it, but as you kind of go throughout the day, it definitely gets more dewy, but it doesn't quite get as dewy as the Cosas foundation, like at all. But it is a very beautiful foundation. It's very, very skin-like, and the way that I personally like to apply it is with my fingers, but you can use a brush to blend it out. And I will say, I don't know who it was that really, really doesn't like foundations. I was watching her review. Maybe it was Katie Fawn. I believe Katie Fawn mentioned this. Like she's not a big fan of foundations. And she tried this and was like, whoa, I love this. And she never likes to wear foundation or anything. And she blended it out and was very impressed. And she was like, why am I loving this? She really, really did, like, really enjoys this. So if you're a person that doesn't love foundation and you're like, I don't want to try this out. Try it out and see if you like it. You can always return it. You can always return it at Sephora as well. And this is a great one though. Melts into the skin, beautiful. The only thing is finding a shade match was a little bit tricky, but I was able to find one and it's a perfect shade match. So like crushed it. I'm a genius. I figured it out. This is so, so good though. I love this. All right, my next foundation, number 2. I feel like the next 2 won't surprise you, but maybe they will. The number 2, my favorite foundation, is the Ilia True Serum Foundation. I don't think anyone's going to be surprised with this one. I'm obsessed with this. And I wear the shade Morocco in this. This is a beautiful foundation. It is medium coverage. It has a beautiful finish to it where it's not crazy dewy, and it definitely sets up a little bit and just photographs beautifully. If you are a fan of Armani Luminous Silk, this is an incredible dupe for that. It just melts into the skin. It's medium coverage, but it's not, it's one of those medium coverages that kind of just like disappears into your skin in like the best way. It looks beautiful in photos. This is the foundation I wore on my wedding day, and the reason I mention that is because if you're wearing something on your wedding day in general, you know it's a testament to a product. This, it was so, so good. I loved this. It looked beautiful in photos, but it didn't look super flat. It gave me some dimension. I love the way that it melts into the skin. Did I tell you what shade I wear? I wear the shade Morocco in this. I love the reformulated version as well. This is the reformulated one. I also have the old one before they changed it, and they're pretty similar actually, just a little bit different, but like in terms of like just the way that they kind of feel, but they're beautiful. It's not an uncomfortable wear. It wears beautifully throughout the entire day. It melts, it works really well with like powders, creams. It like just gives you like that seamless look to your face that you just want for events or just your day to day. My skin looks incredible whenever I'm wearing this, and I'm always like such a big fan. Again, I'm the shade the Morocco in this, and I love this medium coverage, natural finish, to a little bit of dewiness, but not really anything crazy. Look at that. Look at that shade match. Look at that shade match. It is so good. Please ignore the rest of the foundations that have like just spread around my hand, but this is beautiful. I'm obsessed with this. And it's always one that I have, even though I test and try so many different foundations. I always have this one in my collection. Okay, so the next, I don't know if anyone's surprised by this, the Saie Beauty foundation. I love this. I wear the shade Rebecca 270, and this is such a good combination of all the foundations that I love. So this is, oh my God, it's so beautiful. So this shade 270 Rebecca is just, their shade range unmatched. It's just so good. Their undertones, everything. If you have a hard time finding undertones that work for you, or you have a hard time finding a good match, which I definitely struggle with, this Saie Beauty just like is unmatched in how well they did their shades and undertones, and they give a lot of options. So again, this is the shade 270 Rebecca, the best shade match in the history of the universe. In the universe. It's so freaking good. Again, this has a similar finish, I would say, to the Ilia True Serum Foundation, where it definitely ends up being more of a natural finish. However, you can get a little bit of dew out of it, but this doesn't dew up quite as much. This is an incredible foundation. I love this. Medium coverage, beautiful finish to the skin, incredible shade range. It's just so good. My skin always looks beautiful. It always looks seamless. I always feel really put together with this, but I don't feel like I'm wearing a ton of makeup at all. It just kind of sinks into the skin and looks so just incredible. I am such a big fan of Saie Beauty. Their primer is also incredible. Their under eye corrector is also really, really nice. This is just, it's an unmatched formula, really. This foundation gives me a little bit of everything I love from all my favorite foundations and puts it into this bottle, and it lasts all day, and it doesn't patch off or anything. It just plays well with all products. So, so good. I'm obsessed. And yeah, that's it for this video. That is it for my Clean Beauty Co. Top 5 Foundation Edition. I would love to know, what are your top favorite foundations, or what is your favorite foundation in general? And are any of the ones that you love on this list? Let me know down below. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.